Hi everybody, welcome back to Art Ladle and Spade. I wanted to start this video off a little differently. Within this video, you're going to see multiple smaller videos. And number one, today was a struggle, and I struggled to get anything together uh, with any type of format. Today was a really weird day. And you're going to see why, but I want to go ahead and prepare you. You're going to see a little bit of everything. You're going to see the garage. You are going to see my Facebook find. You're going to see the grow light space. You're going to see the sunroom. You're going to see some of my front yard, and you're going to see me talk about some challenges that I experienced today. And all of it is in line with what I'm doing, but it's just all over the place. And sometimes life doesn't come in a pretty little bow with everything in order. So this is real life. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And if you have, thank you so much. But I just wanted to go ahead and prepare you. Today's a very different video. And anyway, I got through it. I'm gonna go lay down and rest and watch some Netflix, probably Blue Therapy on Netflix. And I just want you to be open-minded when you read this, and hopefully this will reach somebody who has been dealing with some things. But like I said, today you're going to see everything, but you're going to also hopefully hear a little bit of what gets me through. And anyway, I hope you all had a beautiful weekend. It was gorgeous here in Georgia, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And I will pop in here probably Tuesday or Wednesday just to let you know what's going on. But thank you so much for watching. And again, if you have not subscribed, please do so. Have a great week. Welcome back. We are now down in the grow light space, and this is all that's left. I've got 4 different plants here, or seedlings here. I have lavender. Lavender just did not do well in the basement. I have 2 that have been hanging on strong for a while, and I'm going to go ahead and get those put in pots. And I have my creeping phlox. I have 4 strong survivors. This is it for creeping phlox. So I don't know what happened to this round of seedlings. Here are my columbine. These are the ones that started off in the refrigerator. And I have 2. These are 2 of my columbine. And this is my ajuga. This is all that came up from the ajuga. And this ajuga has been in here since February 22nd. And I'm going to go ahead and call it. I have a couple. I don't know if you can see that one there. But that one started, and then it just didn't make it. And, oh, I see a new one there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring all of these upstairs into the sunroom. And, you know, my hope is that some more will sprout while they're up there. I'm not going to completely get rid of the trays, but I will go ahead and take the ones that have sprouted, and I will go ahead and put those into individual pots. So until next time, until next winter, January or so of next year, this is the last time you will see this space. Everything else has gone upstairs. Okay, we are outside now. We are looking at the hardening off table. So these are all of the ones that were ready to come outside. And I started hardening these off on Friday and brought them back inside Friday night. And then yesterday they were out here all day, and I left them out here overnight. It didn't even get down below, I believe, 55 last night. And you really need to bring these back in. If the temperature is going to fall below 50 degrees overnight, then you need to take them back in. But this process is about 7 to 10 days, and I don't think it'll be that long. The weather looks pretty consistent for the next week or so. But these are my blazing star. These are very happy, and I want to go ahead and get these in the ground.
Not sure where these are going to go right now because I will show you that my second garden bed is on hold due to my arm or due to my hand, which is annoying. Told you that was my favorite word. These are my crocus corms, and these all did pretty well. These were over on the larger ones, which to me were on the side of the sunroom that were getting the most sun, and so you could definitely tell the difference. This one here is actually my caladium. This is the only one that did anything. I dumped out my caladium bulb pots yesterday, and this was the only one that had anything going on. And the rest of them looked like they rotted or they dried out. It was one or the other. And luckily I got those at Pike, so I will go ahead and take those back. I think there may have been something wrong with it because this was there's got a lot of root system going on down in here. This is my astilbe, and the astilbe definitely needs to go on the ground. It's very happy. Some of the ones that are kind of droopy are, these are the ones I actually left in the water soaking overnight. I didn't realize they were in a tray, and then they were left sitting in water overnight, so I think they just got waterlogged. My hostas are doing well, both the blue hostas and the ones that I got from Amazon, which were the, I think, multi-heart hostas or something like that, but those are doing well. This is the white feather hosta. I thought it was going to do something because the stem turned green, but then it hasn't done anything else. I'm still going to leave it alone though. And this is my pink muhly grass. This is from plugs that I got from Amazon, and it seems very happy. And that's it, all that's outside. Everything seems to be doing well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave these out. I'll just keep an eye on the overnight temperatures, and if it gets below 50, then I'll definitely bring these back in. But if not, if it stays consistent over the next week or so, then they will not come back in, and hopefully they will have a home by the end of the week. All right, people. You are staring at my Facebook Marketplace find, and I probably still have 2 other carloads to go. This was $150 on Facebook Marketplace, and some of these pieces are huge. So this is my foot. So these are some pretty sizable pieces. And I will go back next week, next week. She says I have time because of the pieces that I still have to get have to be dug up, but I'm very, very happy. This will do probably everything I need done in the back with these paver stones, and I'm sorry, with this flagstone, and probably have more left over. So as you see, everything right here is at a standstill. I hired one of my son's buddies yesterday to come out and clear this space here and get it a little bit lower than level to the sidewalk. This area is going to have mulch, if not paver stone, but I still needed this area cleared out, so he did that. And I had 2 more surprise flowers come up, so I dug those up and put those aside. All this area out here, once the garden beds are finished, this will all be mulch all the way back to the trees and beyond. I'm going to mulch around the trees. This grass is just very random, and it's not aesthetically pleasing to me, so I will go ahead and we'll just mulch all of this back here. Anything that doesn't have a garden bed or anything that doesn't have flagstone will be mulch. And we had another Facebook find. My husband actually found paver-based pads that I will use here. So it will significantly cut down on paver gravel, and actually it will eliminate paver gravel, and we will use sand and the pads, and then we'll put the pavers down. So I'm very happy about that. We got a box off of Facebook Marketplace, a box of 20, which will cover this whole space. Plus I'll have some more left over for $40. And it's on Home Depot for the same. It runs anywhere between $90 and $100. Lots of money saved there. So I can't wait to get this brace off of my hand, because being out here and not being able to do much is annoying. But I have surprises. You are looking at my Picea Serbian spruce. It's a dwarf. I found this last night at Home Depot, and I'm very happy with her. I've wanted one for a while, so I finally have one. And this will go back here in the back as well. And then this is what I found. I said I found this last week, and I said I would post it, and so here it is. This is a, let's see, this is a Picea omorica pendula, or pendula. I think that means it weeps. And over here, you are looking at another one that, these are all evergreens, by the way, that I have wanted for a while. This turns this brilliant golden color in the winter. So it's starting to go back to green now, but it's so, so pretty. And this is a Pinostrobe Louis. Pinostrobus Louis. And I found this one yesterday at Pike's. I couldn't walk away from her. You're gonna hear that a lot. And here's my beauty. I found her yesterday at Pike's, and I could not walk away. I tried to walk away, and she's like, Leslie, you come here. And I was like, okay, I'm coming, girl, I'm coming. So she is a Ryerson weeping Japanese maple, and she will get no taller than 6 to 8 feet, but she will get probably 6 feet wide. And she is sun to shade, and here she'll have part shade. This may not be the exact place I put her, but I'm gonna step back a bit so you all can see. She's gorgeous, and I'm very happy to have her. There's actually another Japanese maple that I saw yesterday, but I figure I was pushing my luck because I was interrupting my husband. He was doing his work, and he had to come pick her up. So here's what's going on in my temporary holding space. This is definitely where all my sedum is gonna go, but all of the, my sedum and my hellebore and my ice plant will go here. Anything else you see here will be moved, and I still am not sure what some of this is. I feel like this is something I have in the front yard, but I can't really tell because some of this stuff looks the same as it starts to grow. And my hydrangeas did not do well in the freeze. I had to snip off the blooms. The frost killed, I shouldn't say frost, the freeze killed them. My hellebores are happy. I love this color hellebore. But all of the other hostas, they're getting a lot of sun right now because the leaves have not come in, but they're getting too much sun. And so those will need to be moved. I would like to put those in the front, but the deer will go at them, so I'm not going to. My 4 o'clock, I just saw my 4 o'clock. I have another one over there, but she's struggling. It's a struggle. So I think my shadow is in the way. I apologize. But yeah, this is my 4 o'clock there. And everything else, like I said, I'm not quite sure what it is. Since my hand is I'm out of commission today, I'm gonna walk around the front yard and name the plants that are coming up and the other ones that I said that I would come back and name in the video, and I did not. But here is what's the hold up. My hand is a hold up right now, but I have a lot of rocks ready to create the second garden bed. And I can't wait to get this brace off. It's so beautiful outside, and me not being able to work in the yard is pure torture. This is torture. Oh, and I'm not sure if I showed you this. This is my Paul's Gold Thread Branch Cypress, Paul's Gold. So I had this in the front, and it died. I have 2 of them, but this one died. One of them died, and I took it back to Pikes and got a new one yesterday. So that will go back in the front flower bed where I will be replacing the one that did not make it. All right, let's go walk around the front and name some things. We are standing out here at the second to largest island in the yard, and you are staring at my weeping atlas. And she's either my first or second weeping atlas. I can't remember what order I bought these in, but I love her. She's my second. She is my second. I just realized she is my second. This one is from a nursery called Twin Branches, and I couldn't pass her up. And here is Japanese mazes, and it's a ground cover, and it gets really pretty and thick and lush. And I cleared out some of the dead stuff earlier. And then you're looking at ice plant coming back alive, and there's more sedum in there with my yucca or yucca, however you pronounce it. And stepping back, here's my multiflora roses. This is 2 rose bushes, sorry. These are 2 rose bushes in here. And as you see, if I pan back, you can see a lot of my ground cover, my garden phlox in here. It's so pretty. And I see my candy tuft over there. This is called, I said I would look it up for you all. This is called Wrinklehead Goldenrod. No, that is not it. This is absinthe. This is what I was telling you that I wish I would have bought 2 of, because it gets so gorgeous and huge. And I actually cut a significant amount of this back because it was crowding my bearded iris right here in my yucca plant. And I cut it back, but it's so pretty. And it just gets prettier as it gets older. This is my, I want to say this is the Wrinklehead Goldenrod. No, this is my catnip. That is not catnip. Hold on. Okay, now you are looking at my, I believe, spotted nettle. And it is a beautiful ground cover. You're looking at some daisies in here, some lilies. I've got a lot of ground cover in this space, and when it all fills in, it is beautiful. I have a lot of corbels. And here's the showstopper in this one. This is a orange dream, Japanese maple, and I can't remember what number this was, but I was in love with her. And she's actually going to have some shade when the leaves fill in on the trees, but she's very happy here. And then she's also got Japanese laurel on either side of her, and the ones in the closest proximity to her, I'm going to have to dig those up, because the Japanese laurel actually gets really big, and I do want it to get really big, so I'm going to move this to another garden space. There's some blue fescue back there. There's a lot of it, actually. And here are this is all my grass here, so I still need to finish pulling out the leaves from this area here. And here's my Chinese French flower. And this one had beautiful blooms on it, but then we had the freeze and we lost the blooms. And then there's my creeping Jenny coming back in my face. And I don't know if I showed you my face in my other garden. I'm going to walk back over there, but I like to collect faces. So this is face number 2, and I'm going to walk over here and show you quickly face number 1. I love faces. I don't know what it is about me and these faces, but I love her. Very, very cool. So I have lots of faces in my yard. All right, I will go over to the next garden bed. Okay, you are staring at my garden pink right here. It's very, very pretty, and I will definitely come back out once this blooms. And this is my catnip. I think I've got a few catnips in here. And you're also going to see a lot of sedum. So this is one I'm actually surprised it came back up. I don't know if, yeah, you can see that. So this one was huge, and I realized that the deer were eating it. So I may put something over it. I don't want to move it. I may put something over it this year. This is my candy tuft. She's very, very pretty. And here's more sedum. Again, I thought this stuff was not going to come back, but it did. I definitely have to put some spray out here, if nothing else. That deer spray is the truth, but my goodness, it stinks. And this is the rest of my yucca. I went underneath and I cut more out. And like I said, this stuff multiplies like crazy underground, and before you know it, you have a whole family underneath your house because it has spread so much. So you really just have to be careful and keep it in a contained space. But I highly recommend to continue to go underneath it and cut it back, because if you don't, it just becomes all entangled and just messy looking. So if you go underneath and cut it and just kind of make it look like a palm tree, I guess, that's the easiest way. I need to get in here and clear out the leaves, but if you've ever had a yucca or a yucca plant, you have to be careful, because you will come out of tending to these looking like you were in a whole war. These things are brutal. And I have 2 more here, and I think I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and move these. I want these in the back, and so I'm going to move these to the back. These are going to go in the backyard. All right. And I missed my Sweet William somewhere. But yes, this is a mom. I'm not sure why it came up the way it did, but this is definitely a mom. And there's another one somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. It's somewhere in here. Okay, all right, let's go to the next garden bed. Well, I will continue to name things. Oh, and here's my sedum. More sedum. I'm obsessed with sedum, just because you can't kill it. And when it comes back, it just comes back bigger and more beautiful every year. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, so we are back outside. This is the first garden area on this side, the first island. This is actually the smallest island in the yard, and you are looking at a Japanese maple. This is a red emperor Japanese maple, and this is actually the first Japanese maple that my husband purchased, and she's beautiful. And I don't think I realized that she had pink flowers last year. It's got a very interesting way they sprout. It's like the leaves come out of these flower pods almost. It's very, very gorgeous. This down here is called a Japanese euonymus, and it's really pretty. So I just cleared all of the leaves away from this so you all could get a good look at this one. But this is really pretty. I have 2 of these in the yard. I'll show you the second one. And over here is a spider plant. So this is really tall. So I just wanted a lot of texture over here in this flower bed. And these are the only 3 plants over here. And the Japanese maple is very happy. And this is one of the ones that she got attacked a bit by the deer. The deer come and rub the velvet. I guess it itches on their antlers, and they can destroy your trees. And I will actually show you one that did not make it because of this. Okay, so we are in another one of the smaller islands in the front yard, and you are staring at what is left of my Sango Kaku. This was traumatizing. So I did notice there was some deer activity at the beginning of winter, and I just told myself just to keep an eye on it. And it happened once, and the next time I looked out, the red branches were scattered all over the ground. This is all that is left. I thought it was dead, but earlier today when I was clearing out the leaves, I did scrape it. It's still alive, but she just looks really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dig her up, and I'm going to pot her in the back, and I'm going to replace this with another Japanese maple, and we're just going to protect it and hope for the best. And I'm going to make sure I spray it. Again, that deer spray, the deer and rabbit repellent spray, it smells like death squared. It's a level of death. It's a smell that I can't even. Anyway, it works. Okay, here's my Japanese yew. It's an emerald spreader. I love her. She's low to the ground and she'll spread, and I love how thick and lush she is. Very, very pretty. And here's my other Japanese euonymus. I believe that's how I'm pronouncing that. And here's another one of my spider grasses. And this one doesn't seem to be doing as well as the other one. It's coming up. I see the green coming through, but it just doesn't seem to be coming through as fast as the other one. All right, so this is the only Japanese maple that was traumatized. And I will definitely baby her and keep her alive. I keep trying to record this and not cry. And there's nothing wrong. Like,
This is like weird, but I had to stop recording. I was walking around the yard and I was naming off all the flowers. I'd even written some down so I wouldn't forget because there was a lot, and I just couldn't focus. And I realized that yesterday I was sad, but it was at Pikes and Home Depot and TJ Maxx and buying stuff for the yard. So I wasn't able to focus on the fact that I couldn't work in the yard, and I actually had hired somebody to come over and do some things that I wanted to get done, but I knew I couldn't do them. And then today, this morning, it started this morning about 5 a.m. I woke up and my hand was on fire. It was throbbing, and I actually woke up crying because it was hurting so bad. So I got up and I took some ibuprofen and I went back to sleep. And then when I woke up a few hours later, it was still hurting just as bad. And then I finally got a chance to look at it in the light because I didn't look at it. And I realized that it's like double the size that it was yesterday. And I really thought I was going to be able to work in the yard today, and I can't. My hand hurts. Anytime I don't have it sitting on my leg or elevated or sitting on ice, it hurts. And I took my brace off because the brace seemed to be making it worse. So anyway, I realized that I am sad today because I can't do the things that I've wanted to do. And I'm watching my husband. He was cutting down a tree earlier, so I helped him hold the tree so the tree wouldn't fall in the garage. And so he's been doing things around the house, around the outside. He and I both love being outside. I think if this weather could stay like this year round, we probably would just sleep outside. We love being outside in the yard. And honestly, I always had a green thumb. I've always kept house plants and things like that, but the gardening outside started with my husband at first, and then there was a really bad year of losses back in 2023, and the spring of 2024 is when things really took off with me working in the yard. Excuse me, I feel like and then I just fell in love with it because I realized that, I could have been in the house grieving, falling apart, or I could be outside in the yard sweating and falling apart and nobody knew. So anyway, gardening got me through a really, really heavy period of grief. I think it had not been for gardening, had it not been for the different social clubs. I started a sip and paint group. I started a dinner club in the neighborhood, and I stayed busy. I still allow myself to grieve because you have to kind of sit down and let it sink in, sit with it. I would always encourage my clients to sit with it. Don't try to avoid the pain, but don't stop moving. You gotta keep going. So anyway, gardening became my therapy, and being with friends and sipping paints and social clubs, and I started. My friend started a wine group, or started including us in a wine group. So we did wine tastings paired with some phenomenal food. We did that, or we'll still do once a month. I've taken a break from it though because Thursdays are actually my heavy night. So anyway, started doing a lot of different things to really not allow grief to take a hold, because if you do allow grief to sink in, it can really take root and take over. So as long as you keep moving, it can't take root. So it doesn't mean you don't care anymore. It doesn't mean you don't love anymore. It doesn't mean you're forgetting. It doesn't mean things are easier, but it means that you're not going
to allow grief to define the rest of your life. So days like today when I can't work in the yard and I can't reset, I can't get my hands dirty, I can't create, I can create my mind, but it's hard for me to not be able to be out here and take advantage of the weather, because you don't get a lot of weather like this in Georgia. You don't get a lot of where it's hot and you're not getting attacked by mosquitoes and whatever else. So this is one of those days where I need to be working in the yard. The reality of it is I'm hurt and I have to listen to my body, and I have to sit down and possibly go to urgent care that I'm dreading. But it's not the end of the world, and it's only March. I have to remind myself it is only March. Like, I was working in the yard in July and August of last year. So I definitely have a head start on what I've done in previous years. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, I am taking it easy, and all of my ideas are going to come to fruition, just not today. And it's okay, but I'm having a hard day today. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time sitting down and not doing the things I enjoy doing, working in the yard. So I will continue to create AI images and all those other things that I do with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the truth. I love ChatGPT. Anyway, I hope you all are outside enjoying this beautiful weather, if it's beautiful where you are, and I hope you're gardening or putting something in a pot so it can grow and thrive. Don't stop moving. Gotta shift gears. So today I'll shift gears and I'll watch some Netflix and might do some notes. I don't know. But I'm okay. I realized I was getting sad, and realized why I was getting sad. So stay tuned. I will be back with our regularly scheduled program hopefully in 2 weeks. But until then, I will continue to pop in and show you what's going on outside and what's going on in the sunroom. Thanks for watching. Please excuse the potting soil under my nail. Welcome back, everybody. I am in the sunroom, and behind me are my remaining plants that are still in the house and need to go into separate containers. But I really wanted to pop in here and give an update. So earlier today, I was just really in a funk. Today was a beautiful day, a great day to be able to work outside, and I couldn't with this hand. And as I mentioned earlier in the previous video, my hand was in excruciating pain, and it happened in middle of the night. I didn't know what was going on. I should say the middle of the night. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. This morning, I was in tears, literally in tears. I didn't look at it. I just took some ibuprofen and went back to sleep. But then when I woke up and got a chance to really look at it, I realized that my knuckle and my thumb were huge. And I was in a lot of pain and didn't know what was going on. I still wasn't completely satisfied with the x-rays and them saying that there wasn't a break, but x-rays don't lie. So I couldn't understand why I was in way more pain than what initially kicked this off was, you know, me catching a root with an auger, and the auger kicked my thumb back, and then everything just went crazy. So anyway, today I was struggling. I was sad because I wanted to be in the yard and I have all these plans, and I just was thinking I can't have another week down because I've already missed out on opportunities to move my seedlings into bigger pots. I just can't. This, you know, you need two hands to do stuff. And I've been trying to do things with one hand, but it's just too tempting to go ahead and use the other one. So anyway, I decided to go to urgent care, and the news was not anything that I expected. He told me that I've got gout. This is called injury-induced gout, and he said the pain is excruciating,
in the first 12 to 24 hours. I have never had gout in my life, and I don't know of anybody in my family that has ever had gout. But anyway, it's gout. So he gave me a shot. He gave me 2 shots in my hiney. I got a shot for pain, and I got a shot for the inflammation. And then I'm going to be on a steroid for the next 7 days. So I am in a lot less pain. It still hurts, but the pain that I was in at 5 o'clock this morning up through until I decided to go to urgent care, I was in a lot of pain, and it was getting to me. And I wasn't verbalizing the pain. I was so focused on not being able to work in the yard, not recognizing that I was in a ton of pain. Anyway, I am in much better spirits. I had to remind myself again that it's only March. I've got a good 6 to 8 weeks before things really start taking off, and I need to slow down and I need to listen to my body. And I am going to listen to my body. So I will do little things here and there. I won't be lifting any flagstone. I won't be creating my second rock garden in the backyard, and I'm gonna lay low. But in the meantime, I can continue to post my AI inspired garden ideas. I have a lot more ideas that I haven't posted, and so I will do that. But today or tonight, I wanted to give an update and show you all of the things in the seedlings still in the sunroom. And as stated previously, I'm done with the grow light space. Everything that was downstairs will be coming upstairs. The last round of seeds down there just didn't do well. So I don't know what happened. But anyway, we are upstairs, and the delphinium did not make it. The whole tray of delphinium, nothing happened. The hosta seeds didn't make it. I have a few seedlings that were up here, and I've thinned things out, so there's a big difference. I've got a lot of space on my racks, on my shelving units, but I am keeping in mind that some of the plants outside may need to come inside. Oh, and I also remember as I was sitting outside that the back door just outside the sunroom, it is actually morning sun, afternoon shade. And so that I'm very happy about that, because that afternoon sun here in Georgia is the devil. Like, it's hot, and if your plants aren't ready for it, they will not make it. But I'm going to turn this camera around, and I'm going to show you everything that's still here, and a lot of thinning needs to happen. I can't do it right now. If this pain goes down a little bit more by the midweek, I will try to go ahead and do what I can. But right now, I'm just going to lay low and, like I said, focus on posting AI videos and things of that nature. But anyway, I feel better. And I was going to apologize, but I'm not going to apologize for being transparent earlier, because life happens and setbacks happen, and that was a real moment for me. And I hope maybe that inspired somebody who may be struggling with grief to get out and garden or do something fun that they can be consistent with. It can help them through that. But anyway, it wasn't really about grief. It was just, I went full circle about what gardening does for me, and then talked about what got me into gardening, and then we talked about grief. So anyway, I feel better. I'm smoking some salmon right now on my Traeger, and I'm going to show you my seedlings inside. I will go ahead and post what I did talk about outside in my front islands, the plants that I was able to name. And then at some point I will be able to finish that this week, since I won't be working in the yard. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, here we go with the seedlings upstairs. Okay, so we are looking at my tick seed. All of my tick seed is doing well, and there are not that many. There may be no more than 4 in each cup or each pot, small pot. So this won't be difficult at all, and they're spread pretty far apart. Tick seed's going to be actually very easy to separate into individual pots. My lupin is doing well. I lost maybe 2,
that I had separated into individual pots, but for the most part, my lupin is doing well. Here's more lupin here, and my zinnias have completely taken off. My Sweet William is still doing well. I thought I had a lot of Sweet William, but not as much as I thought. It doesn't matter. I have plenty of plants, so I'm not worried about that. This is my blanket flower. And over here, this right here in the front, that is my sweet pea. And then in the middle here, this is my bachelor button. And in the back, this is Sweet William. So Sweet William just did not do well with this seed. The seed that I just showed you a minute ago, those were from 2 different packs. One was from Dollar Tree, and the other one I believe was from Walmart. So I believe the ones from Walmart did not do well. Yeah, 3-1. So these are the ones I got from Walmart, and they did not do well. This is my foxglove. Some have a million seedlings, and some only have a few, but the foxglove is doing well. This is my Gara flower. I didn't get a lot of garden flower seedlings, but I have enough, and I think these will be sufficient. And here's my blanket flower. Blanket flower is happy. There's still the million seedlings of creeping thyme still here, still waiting for me to thin them. Here are my zinnias. All of my zinnias did really well. Down here are my corabels, and I showed you some corabels out in the front yard this afternoon. And I love corabels, and these do not have a lot of seedlings per pod, so these should be pretty easy to thin. This is my bellflower. No, this is my bee balm. And so I will have to definitely thin my bee balm, but it's very happy, very, very happy. And now, mind you, all of these trays that have sprouted, I am now watering them from the bottom. This is my alyssum. All of the alyssum is doing well. And my summerberry yarrow. And this is my coneflower. And this here is my blazing star from seeds. So the blazing star from seed look completely different from my blazing star from bulbs. The blazing star from bulbs are huge. Those are the ones outside that are hardening off. I am going to come over here to the other table, and this is more blanket flower. Yeah, this is all blanket flower here. I don't know why I have this separate. And these were 2 that didn't seem like they were doing right. Oh, this is my pink muhly grass. And this was from seed. And remember, I had a whole bunch of this and they didn't sprout. So the pink muhly seeds did not do well, but my plugs are doing very well. I have my plugs outside on my table as well. This is my orange ice. And all of it is still doing well. And this is red ice here. And more red ice. This is my heirloom yarrow. And up here, more heirloom yarrow. And over here, more zinnias. And here, more zinnias. So this is it. So I'm going to kind of pan back a bit so you can see how much has changed. So all of those empty shelves are all of the plants that are now outside on my table hardening off. I showed that earlier in my video, and I'll go over here as well. So those are my empty shelves. So it's going to be weird to get my sunroom back in a couple of weeks once everything goes outside, but this has been an awesome experience. I will come back in and do some updates here and there. And this will be more so over the next couple of weeks, sharing the images that I'm grabbing off of ChatGPT. I have 4 solid images that I'm going to continue to follow. And then we'll go from there. And I did want to mention that we have removed our fence. My husband removed the fence, and we are ready to have the backyard graded, and that should be happening in the next coming week. So the backyard is going to be transforming very quickly. But thank you so much for joining Art Ladle and Spade. If you have not subscribed, again, please subscribe. Have a good night. Okay, so we are looking at the garage, and all of the painting has been finished, the trim around the windows. This is the garage. And I will walk around to the front. The only thing that has to happen now are the garage doors have to be added. So I'm going to step down here so you all can see. And there's a breezeway here. In our county, you have to connect a structure this large. You have to connect it to the house. I love the breezeway. However, it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, it's a nice place to be able to stand, but it doesn't go anywhere. But this was, we had to get it done. So this is the breezeway. Before I step down, I'm going to turn around and pan to the backyard that now has no. Okay, so this is what we have of the backyard. All of this. And so we are going to be looking at new fences, but our fence will literally go, maybe there'll be a foot, maybe like 5 feet between the two fences, but all of that is ours. So we have a lot of property that we're going to be able to utilize, and very, very excited to get this yard regraded. It's been well overdue. Okay, so this is it. The only thing that is missing are the garage doors. And once the garage doors are put in, they are going to tear out that front piece of concrete in front of the garage doors, and they're going to be repouring this slab. So the concrete will extend on both sides of the garage. And so this whole area back here in front of this pallet of wood, all of that will be repoured, broken up and repoured. But this is the finished garage, and they really did a really beautiful job painting. So very, very happy. My husband is happy. Like I said, I don't think he's ever going to be coming in the house again. I would go in there, but nothing's changed since the last time. It's just really big. But that's it. That's our garage.